Welcome to Namaste with Renee. I am your host, Renee Marcoux, CEO of the iHeart Academy Life Coaching Certification and Business Building Program, entrepreneur for over 15 years, spiritual and wealth advocate, and professional singer. And in this podcast, we talk about how to disrupt the program of lack and limitation and instead consciously design your life so you can experience more happiness, inner peace. You can be living on purpose in your career and also realize your unlimited potential. Hello and welcome to Namaste with Renee. I'm your host, Renee Marcoux. So excited to be here with you today. I have a very special guest, as you see, and we are just here to light up the call together and just bring light and love to you. My amazing guest, here she is. I'm going to let her introduce herself and allow her to tell you about her. But thanks so much for tuning in today. And here we are.
Hi, everyone. I am Eleni. I am one of the co-founders of Life. I have an interesting background, everything from motivational speaking on subjects of health and wellness to manifesting and creating content. So I'm really excited to see where the universe takes our conversation today and what kind of light we can expand on together.
Yes, me too. Thank you so much for being on the show and sharing your light with us.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure, truly.
Thank you. So I'm really curious about your speaking career. Like, could you tell me more about what you were talking about or what kind the groups of people that you were connecting with, like before you started to say you went virtual?
Yeah, absolutely. So my speaking career began probably 18 years ago as a health and wellness consultant for a major food company. And it was all law of attraction and work of a gratitude journal that this even came to me. I had no formal background or training in this area. I just had a passion for it. At the time, about a year prior, I was homeless. I was living in my car. And I remember that my mom had this book called The Secret. And I remember it talked about gratitude journaling. And I was getting sober off of drugs, living in my car. And I thought, well, I'm going to start a gratitude journal. And I looked for things every day to be grateful for. And I could go to the park every day and I could move my body and I could feel good. And my passion for fitness was born in those moments. And within a year's time, I was literally jet setting around the country. I had like a company car, a whole new wardrobe, a whole new life. And I give that credit to the gratitude journal and just focusing on what I was thankful for by taking my energy away from things that displeased me and putting the energy on things that felt good and appreciating what I did have. It created the space for the universe to deliver more.
Yes.
And then, we fast forward and I knew I loved it. I loved being on stage. I loved connecting with people. I loved sharing information that was helping people understand the importance of the food that they eat and why eating clean was really important and why nutrition and taking care of our physical vessels was important. And I had a deep passion for it and it felt good. And I knew I liked that energy. I liked doing that. So we fast forward 15 years and I'm a mom, I'm a single mom. And I have this amount of using my gratitude journal again, manifested a really cool opportunity to participate in a book, a collaborative book called Women Who Illuminate. And again, the way it all lined up and timed, it logistically shouldn't have been possible for me to be in this book. That the doors had already closed. My email had gotten lost in the shuffle, and months later, the opportunity came to me. So I'm in this book. The book goes international bestseller, and it changes my life. And now I'm looking at my life, and I'm like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? People want to hear my ideas. I'm a life coach now. I've got all these things going on, but what do I want to do? I want to speak. I want to speak. I just knew that I love that, but I want to speak about deliberately creating your life. I want to help people understand that they can have what they want when they use their creative power the right way. I
Yeah.
wanted to teach people what I had been doing. I wanted to share the knowledge that was shared with me. I wanted to introduce people to new ways of thought and different teachers that have actually been around for hundreds of years. Some really influential women from the early 19th century, Florence Scovel Shinn and Connie Mendez, just these really powerful women who were teaching law of attraction principles, who were teaching about universal laws long before The Secret, long before any of this was known. And I just I wanted an opportunity to do that again. And it didn't take long, to just start putting it out there to the universe. And I had opportunities to speak locally. I'm in the tri-state area, New York, Philadelphia area. And then within a couple months, I was in London. I was standing on a stage in London, and I thought to myself, this is it. I'm now an international speaker, and connecting with women, quite a distance away from where I was from, doing what I love. But the principles, doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter who you are. The principles are the same. Our thoughts all have the same energy and potential and beauty within them. Mm-hmm. So that's how that kind of came to be,
Amazing. Yes. What a beautiful journey. And it all started with a gratitude journal. That's incredible.
It did. And when I was, I found myself as a single mother, and I wanted to create change. I knew to go to that. I knew to gratitude journal, but I'd also been learning about scripting and really using some different methods now, but that's how life works, right? We build upon what we know, and then we add to it, and we can expand it. And it doesn't have to be the same way every time. There are lots of different methods to create your own reality, to use your imagination. And for me, scripting was really powerful. Scripting was really helpful. Some people, it's vision boards. Yeah. Some people, it's scrapbooks. It's whatever gets you feeling joyful expectancy.
Yes.
What get you to that place? Is it sitting down at the foot of your bed and closing your eyes and running through imaginal scenes? That's great. For some people, that's challenging to really visualize, right? Yeah. For others, like for me, it's more powerful to write it out. I really connect to the emotions. I can see myself. Then I can see myself when I'm writing it out. I can see myself there.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. It's about finding different tools, knowing that there's no cookie cutter way, right way or wrong way. There's your way. Yeah. And what you deem your way is your way because you've made that decree. Exactly. You've created, well, this is my way, and this way works for me because I say it does.
Yes, I just got the chills. I love that. It's so powerful because it really takes the person into being that deliberate creator of who they are. And they're saying, okay, like I know before we started the podcast recording, we were talking about how some people look at contrast as such a negative thing, or like, how am I supposed to manifest? I don't have the methods. And it's like, when you learn the principles, you can try different methods, right? Like I'm a coach as well. So I teach all of my clients all different methods because I know like what lights them up, right? So like one of my clients, she's an amazing artist. And before we got into session right at the beginning of our journey together, she hadn't been drawing for a while. And so it was like, where do you find your artistic expression? And she was like, boom, painting. And then my other clients, like there's other clients that say, they're not really artistic, but they love like visualization, or they love writing. Like you said, like I actually, I haven't used the process of scripting in a long time, although I'm consciously always writing out manifestations. And like every first of the month, I'll do a check-in of, hey, where do I want to be? What is kind of lingering from last month? Does it still hold power for the following month? And just kind of give myself those 30 days to really watch things manifest, or just simply change paths with certain things, right? And so, as we're getting to that tomorrow too, well, this is actually going to be coming out February 2nd, this episode. But we'll be in February by the time everybody is watching, and just having like a look at what you want to see manifest in February. Just, you can start by writing it out. I'm a huge fan of writing. Like I know you said, that really works for you. And I love writing because it really starts the process of manifesting. But I also think too, if I also have a vision board too, I'm a visual person, we could use all of these beautiful tools and find what really resonates with us. And I love how you say you make that your Cree. That's a yes for you.
Yeah, and I think it's really important, Renee. I mean, what makes these things work? It's about getting clear, right?
Yes.
They're like, I wouldn't go into my hairdresser, sit down and say, cut my hair. I
Yeah.
would say, I want this, this, and this. I'd love it if you could take it to this length and maybe put this color in it. Same thing as, I often use the analogy of going to a restaurant. You wouldn't just go in and sit down and say, bring me food.
Yes.
You would make any modifications that you wanted. This on the side, please don't put that in there. Could you add this? But here's the magic part. You would then expect it to come out that way. You would expect it. You would expect your hair to come out as to your liking, as to the request you've made. That's the same thing we do with the universe. We define what we want, and then this is where I feel like people tend to get a little nervous, or they disconnect at this point, is the trusting that it's going to come the way that what you want is coming to you.
Yes, yes. I see that a lot, the trusting piece with my clients, because they're getting in their own way, because they're like, how do I know that this is going to happen? I'm like, it can be that simple. Like I have a client who she doubled her income within like 6 months. And I was like, this is so amazing. And now she wants to create a soulmate relationship. And I'm like, what if it was that easy? What if it was that easy? The way that you doubled your income in 6 months, what if it was that easy to find your soulmate? And that's like a whoa, whoa, whoa. And then we see all these amazing blocks come up to like uproot.
That's where the systems pop up, right? That's when you get a good look at what someone believes is possible for them. Well, I manifest when it comes to love.
Yes, yes, yes. It's so incredible. What we hold on to.
Love thing is easy, and money tends to be the blocker, but that's all belief system, and again, just learning how to really trust the universe, because that magic happens. And my favorite mantra that it just carries me through everything. I have a couple actually. I'm going to let the universe surprise and delight me this day. I know, surprise and delight. Isn't that fun? Yes. Like I do it every day. Like I'm going to let the universe surprise and delight me today in the creation of my desires. I know and trust that the universe is conspiring on my behalf. Conspiring on my behalf. I like that. Yeah, you know what? If I'm looking for love, I know the universe is conspiring on my behalf, and everything is.
I love that.
You have to converse yourself there. I talk to myself all the time. If anyone is looking in, they might be saying, I'm a happy lady. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is sometimes it takes a little playful energy. It takes reminding yourself that, the universe is conspiring on my behalf. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out to bring me my heart's desires. Because this is, I'm the star of this show. This is my show. This is my movie. And in my movie, I get my soulmate. I get that income level I want. I get what I want, and it gets to be easy.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly it. Like after so long using these principles of manifesting, like it will become easy. And then like, you'll want to get to the next level and the next level. It's just so amazing. Right. And over time though, it's so crazy. Cause like, as much as I expected and know how it responds, there will still be celebrations that I'm like, oh my gosh, like this was so fast, or this was so easy, or this was so, effortless or whatever. And when it becomes that part, I actually talked about this past weekend in a video I made, like we get so used to it because we have that bond, that trust that we know it's going to happen. So it's like always in our conscious mind, our subconscious mind. And then we get to see different things easier. We get to see, oh, whose energy is around me? That's like an energy vamp, or like what system's trying to hijack my brain right now. You know what I mean? And we get to
Right.
see like that whole other level, and you get to go higher and higher. And it's a
And
beautiful thing.
when you can apply like the realization that,
Yeah.
wow, I manifested that so quickly because
Yeah.
there was no resistance. Why, and you can break
Exactly.
down the subjects that have resistance.
That's a great
What's not
idea.
coming up yet?
Yes.
What's not coming up yet? Why was it so easy to manifest a new couch? Like why did the new
Yes.
couch come up in 2 days? A
Yep.
brand new couch, exactly what I wanted, exactly what I was visioning, came out of nowhere. But I've been trying and trying and trying for the soulmate for 6 months. I've scripted, I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is resistance. It's that doubt, right? You didn't have any doubt. You weren't pining for the showing up of the new couch, right? There was no,
Yes.
therefore that feeling of lack, of it not being there, wasn't heavy, wasn't a dense block for what you're trying to bring in.
Exactly. Yes. I
Yeah.
love that. I absolutely love that. It's so beautiful to even share this information with everybody who's listening now. Like, and if you're at home listening, I highly suggest writing down, all these golden nuggets that Eleni keeps bursting out. It's so amazing. Thank you for that. And just really start to see like, hey, like what parts of my life am I ultimately resisting because I've been wanting this or asking to manifest this and it's not coming out, Do you have a specific tool that you want to share? Is it like scripting kind of a thing?
As far as manifesting?
Like manifesting, like if they are like noticing, because I loved what you just said, like to notice, where there is still resistance, like, oh, how come it's so easy for me to manifest a couch, but not a soulmate, for example, when the universe is always just responding and we
Yeah.
decide the timeline in a way, right? What would you say if somebody is experiencing that? What's your process?
So when someone is experiencing resistance, and something I do personally, I really break down what it is that I want, and I look at it. I really look at what that manifestation is to me. What does it feel like? What does that version of myself feel like having that? What is the emotional state of me? Because I am very aware that it is my frequency, my vibration, my that comes from my emotions, the most strong, that will draw it to me. So I look at a manifestation that I'm looking to create, and if it's been taking a while, I say, well, how would that feel to have that? And I list down the feelings. I list them. I write them down, and then I think, where do I already experience this in my life now? Because what you're manifesting, that feeling state, is already somewhere in your life. Okay, let's just say that it's an increase in prosperity, financial prosperity. What feeling does that give you? Well, like freedom, confidence. We'll just start with those. So I would look at, where do I feel free? Is it just being able to get in the car and drive to someplace beautiful and sit for 20 minutes? Do you have that luxury? Do you have the ability to get out? Like, let's say your mom, get out without the kids for an hour, even if it's grocery shopping, that is freedom in its own right. Do you have freedom in your schedule? Is your schedule flexible? What kind of freedom do you have now that you can appreciate now? Where do you feel confident now? There are things that are happening right now that make you feel confident. And though they might not be to the same level intensity that you would feel in that end result, they're still there. And you can shift by giving your attention to those feelings, right? You can shift. Now you know the activities too. You've identified where you feel them, and you can identify what actions, what activities make you feel that way. And you spend more time putting your energy in those places. You spend more time actively engaging in those. And you can even take that a step further, and really you can use your reticular activating system and trigger in your subconscious mind by putting that in a question form. How am I so confident? Where am I so confident? Uh, how am I so free? Why do I have so much freedom? And what's going to happen is now your mind is going to be on the task of showing you all the times throughout the day that you feel these things you're doing all the time anyway. There are things you are already doing, and you're not even noticing that, wow, this makes me feel really free. This makes me feel really prosperous. This makes me feel really abundant. This makes me feel confident. And now you're noticing it. And every time you notice it and you're kind of feeling that appreciation, you've just expanded the funnel a little more for the universe to send more. Your connection to that vibration, to that frequency, you're more in tune to it. You're giving more attention to it than the lack of it.
Yeah.
Than not having of it. You're giving your attention to that vibration that you desire, where it is, where it's present.
Yes.
And you're feeling joy, you're feeling good. It's something that you like.
Yeah.
So that's cool. The breakdown tool. Find the emotion. Where does it exist now? And then just, posing the question. I'm a fan of the post-it. I tell people all the time, those reticular activating questions that you want to start feeling more of, you want to start seeing validation from the universe, and your subconscious mind, put those suckers on post-its, put them in your car, put them on your mirror. My cleaning ladies probably think I'm a little cuckoo because there's post-its.
No, I feel the same way. My maintenance guys come in and they're like, oh, I noticed like my daughter has post-its like that. I'm like, ooh, she's onto something. See?
Yeah. And isn't that a nice thing to know that the new generation is coming in?
Yes.
Yes. New perspective. Yes.
Yes. It's amazing. Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I think this is such a powerful process for people to know. And I'm just so delighted that you came here to share that, because this is really from your perspective. And yes, like you and I, we use the same tools, right? And in your life, it comes out different. In my life, it comes out different. And that's just it. Like, it's really owning, right? If we go full circle, it's really owning that beautiful way that is going to help you get to where you want to go. And I love so much that you talked about bringing in the vibration so that the funnel expands, because the more you have space for, the universe is going to bring more in. So the more that you say no to, like the contrasting things or the things that really aren't meant to be in your space because of X, Y, and Z, they're just there, you're kind of closing that funnel off, right? In comparison, and making more room for the joyous things, for the things that are meaningful and that you want to manifest.
Yeah. And it kind of, something you and I were talking about before we started recording, it just like triggered it for me. It's that contrast. So things are going to pop up that you don't like in your experience, either as a result of our past thinking, we're either being mirrored our inner belief systems. But what do you do with that? What about something that shows up that you don't like? How do you take your attention from that and use it as a positive? Well, you take that contrast and you use it as appreciation. I know I don't like this, but I do like.
Yeah.
I like thinking about this. Reminds me. Oh yeah, you know what this reminds me that I really like thinking about my life like this. I like thinking about going to the grocery store with no limits. I like putting whatever I want in the cart. I love that feeling. I love not looking at the price of things. I love that. I love being able to go out to dinner whenever I want and leaving a really big tip. I like that. I like thinking about that. I like thinking about my life like that. Yeah. So you can take something that felt, maybe you were thinking about money feels tight right now, and then flipping that to well, what do you like thinking about? You like thinking about freedom. What does that freedom look like? Play in your mind with it. Use the contrast to remind yourself about what you do like, so that you can create that funnel of expansion for yourself.
Yes.
Contrast is a gift. It's a reminder. It's a gauge. Yeah. It's just a gauge that shows you that you've been thinking about something in the wrong way, and that's why it's showing up this way. Okay, well, I've been using my thought here in some kind of way that's caused this to show up this way. And here's the other thing you and I were talking about. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yes.
Energy is always in motion. Everything's always in motion. Everything, this stand, I have my tablet on. It's all, everything is energy, particles, and they're all in motion. Nothing is concrete. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent, and it's okay.
Yes.
And be easy with it. If something shows up you don't like, it's not that you're not the worst manifestor in the world. You haven't done anything. Calm down. It's okay. Just think a different thought. That's just showing you, okay, you need to think different thoughts. Well, think a different thought. We're pretty lucky. We have two feeling states, good and bad. You can label them. You can label them all kinds of things. You can label them happiness, elation, joy, and love, and depression, sadness, and grief. But we really know that one feels good and one feels bad. Right. And when things are feeling bad, that's like your inner being, your soul is like, well, we're going off track here.
Yes.
We're off track. Let's get to the other side. So you can take the contrasting things, and instead of thinking about them in a way that feels bad, use them as the fuel to think about, well, what you do want and what you do like.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so there with you. I think that's so amazing. It's just wild to see, until somebody shines the light for us, like really what is possible, right? Especially when growing up in certain situations and circumstances where you don't see possibility, or, caregivers saying, your life isn't money doesn't grow on trees. Life is this, right? Like just like some belief system that was based in lack due to their experience, right? And it's not to like hold anybody like resisting or, that energy of, I'm so like mad, how dare somebody taught me that. It's not that, it's seeing it and saying, okay, cool. Like that was somebody else's belief system, but my truth is that I am an abundant being.
Yeah. And just because you believed something growing up, or you believed something that was told to you, or you doesn't mean you have to hold that belief forever.
Exactly.
Your thoughts, it can be changed. You can have new beliefs, and you can remind yourself. If you find yourself drifting back to those old ways of thinking, you can consciously say, well, that was my old way of thinking. I'm inviting in new thoughts now, new creative thoughts that feel better. I'm allowing myself. Allow yourself. My mission.
Yes.
Beliefs and talk. Be gentle. Be easy. They're only beliefs, and new beliefs can be installed. You're not stuck with them forever. There's nothing wrong with what your parents taught you. They did the best they could with the skill set they had. Some skill sets are better than others, but we can always improve our skill set. We can improve our skill set.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So amazing, Eleni. You are just so amazing. I love it. I just can't thank you enough for being here and sharing your light in this podcast and with all of my listeners. And oh my gosh, I know we could go on and on forever.
Anytime, you could open up to your listeners, if they ever want to hear a specific topic. I'm sure you and I could have an awesome conversation. I'm always for that. Yeah.
Awesome. Great. Then we're definitely going to have you back, because I know for sure we could definitely be talking a lot longer than this and having some episodes and some really cool conversations. And I just want to acknowledge you for your light that you bring and share to everybody in the world. Thank you for being a leader. We need more leaders like you. And it's so amazing to link arms with you and have this experience together. So thank you so much, Eleni.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure. This was fun.
Yeah. And where can anybody find you from here?
Yeah, definitely. So my company is caliteros.life. And if you go to our website, the links for all the socials are on there. You definitely want to go on there and check it out. It'll link you to our YouTube. I film probably, crazy cat. I film 3 to 4 videos a week of just little nuggets of inspiration. It seems like you do something similar as well, just to keep that flow going. But you can find us at caliteros.life, and any of your listeners who are tuning into this, they contact us through that website. I'm going to give 3 months of free subscriptions to all our life. You have access. Yeah, open access to all courses. So there's universal law course. It's a 6-week course. It's killer. It's a beautiful course. I have recreating your physical appearance. You can manifest anything,
Oh, yes.
including your physical appearance. That one's really fun. There's a love course. There's all kinds of fun stuff. But any of your listeners are welcome to it for 3 months. Just shoot us through the contact 33 and
thank you so much.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Because this is recording and people may be hearing this far into the future, is there a certain date that this has to be claimed by? Okay.
No, it's not. All they have to do is, and maybe we'll be able to add some kind of text so people can see the website. All they have to do is message us with free in 3. Free in 3.
Free in 3. Okay.
Free in 3. Message us.
Yes.
At our info at caliterrace.life, and they'll be hooked up. And that's till the end of time offer.
Yahoo! And can you spell out the website for us too?
Sure. Caliteros, KALYTEROS.life.
Love that. Amazing. Okay. Thank you so much. For everybody who wants to go in, make sure that you send Eleni a message to get 3 months of her free training. That's incredible offer. Thank you. You can find her at her website, caliteros.life. And of course, if you are looking to join our Namaste with Renee podcast group, come and find us on Facebook. And if you would like to connect with me personally, my website is reneemarcoux.com. Always happy to see how I can help you better your life and bring more light and life purpose into your vision of your future. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. And again, thank you, Eleni. I look forward to connecting with you on a future episode. Namaste.
Namaste.